I discovered your work initially because I attended the Rise Theater Summit, and it's this great directory for theater professionals. And I left thinking, is there anything like this for the dance industry? Because I don't recall. I know that individual companies have their own research. So I Googled, and your organization was the only one that popped up that was doing any kind of work like this. And I was so inspired by what you're doing. And then the following year, I attended the summit and you were speaking on a panel. That was one of the things that you spoke about on your panel and throughout the rest of the summit was just you hear over and over. There are no female choreographers or there are no female artistic directors. We're out there. People just aren't looking for us because they're attached to the status quo. And so I think that's another important, point that your research brings to light.
Thank you for following up. Maestra is wonderful. And we're actually gonna use that Rise Summit and the Maestra idea. So it's not public yet, but your listeners can find out about it. First of all, we are not, at least currently, paywalling or anything. We really believe that the people who most need this information are the least able to afford it. What I think is completely underserved is, first of all, the audience, those who are dancing, who may want real information, and dance critics, dance commentators. So two things. We are working on an online hiring platform, which removes the excuse, I don't know any good women, but we're going in front of and behind the stage. So it's very similar to the Maestra directory, costume, lighting designers, choreographers, conductors, composers, and of course there's a lot of overlap with theater, opera, classical music, etc. And the idea is going to be, we're going to do an interactive map. You're doing a dance festival and you want to find a stage manager, a lighting person, you want to look at composers. And so you can point and click on the map and look at around St. Louis or around Madison, Wisconsin, because there's art being done, really great communities that are not necessarily New York, Chicago, San Francisco, et cetera. And we're hoping that at least encourages those who are commissioning to consider women. The other thing is that the costs are going up exponentially to put on productions. This is an economic opportunity for those commissioning. Also, keep hearing people in grant applications saying, arts are a multiplier, arts help the community, but they don't hire from the community nearly as much as they should. It is still very much an informal system that excludes women. People are terrified and dependent on not displeasing the artistic director, not upsetting the balance. And so what happens is you see this informal system where men recommend men, and you watch those secondary and tertiary positions, rehearsal directors, heads of schools, et cetera, being given opportunities that women just don't know about or excluded from. So women end up teaching at summer intensives, the men end up running the summer